What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be looking at every player in each position under 100,000 coins. If you're brand new to the game, then this is going to be perfect to get some very nice deals on players that are on definitely a high rated compared to a month, 2 months ago, as obviously the game is now progressing into the final stage. We're all having eyes on EAFC 24. This is kind of your last ditch attempt until we get into the footies where hopefully we do see that repeatable 85 times 10. That one is kind of just the end, and then realistically these are irrelevant because technically you can go and get absolutely anybody. In terms of goalkeepers, we've only got a few, as obviously some of the top goalkeepers now are kind of just very priced out of kind of the lower point of prices now. If we're looking at someone like Van der Sar, he's coming in still at $1 million. Yashin's over 500. We've obviously got somebody else actually. I feel like there's another icon keeper. Van der Sar's prime, but we do have a lot of very good low to medium sort of prices. We look at someone like ter Stegen, 51,000 coins. He would do you to the end of the game. Obviously, we have had some good shapeshifter keepers as well. Tap Sober, if you've managed to do him. And then obviously there is a few others like Cabrera from shapeshifters. I don't think we've had a level up goalkeeper, which would have been a perfect objective, to be honest. Szczesny at 40, Kobel at 32. Casillas is a little bit more expensive. If I was looking for more efficiency, I'd probably be looking more at ter Stegen. And I've always liked Donnarumma, again coming in at 100, which is a shame he's not seeing any sort of increase from a 90. Maybe in footies could be a final shout. Maybe a footies goalkeeper pick could be a very interesting one for ones that have not managed to get a shapeshifter, a team of the season, or any big upgrade from, say, 91 onwards. Centre-backs are an interesting one as well because realistically we're looking Maldini, Lucio, Varane's obvious brand new level up. Then you've got your Diaz's, your Marquinhos's, your Militao's. But this is the kind of pinnacle. A Tomori-Ake combination, Medina, Smalling, Saliba, Kalulu's level up. They are some absolutely fantastic centre-backs that you can get. All of them with incredible pace, defending, physical, some with some good passing, some with a little bit moderate, which obviously you've kind of then got to take with a pinch of salt. There is, again, some shapeshifters that were more SBCs, if anything. It seemed like we got a lot of SBC goalkeepers that were centre-backs, and I haven't put any sort of SBC players in here just because realistically, A, you can't get them, and B, what's the point suggesting them if you cannot physically get them if you've not already completed the SBC. So if the SBC is still in here, then obviously you can try them out. But realistically, this is going to be all based on players you can get on the market currently. The one thing with level ups, if you're watching this a couple of days later, then the level up 1 objective has gone and you can only go a level up 2, so make sure you are doing them straight away. In terms of kind of my favourites here, Tomori is absolutely excellent. 26,000 coins is an absolute dream price for him. You've then got someone like a Saliba, great links if you are looking for that as well, but then even the combination of the 2 Serie A players, again, you're not going to fork out too much for a centre-back, but you will get a great return. I think Tomori, and I would say, would I go Ake? I do like Medina, I must admit, even from Ligue 1, just purely for the fact that if you've not done the Kimpembe SBC, you've not done the Ramos, it is realistically Medina and Marquinhos were the 2 fan favourites. I believe there is another one, but I cannot remember his name right now. But I would say any of these together would be a great partnership in a low sort of budget team. I'd like to tell you about skycoach.gg. They offer many features within the FIFA franchise, from FIFA coins to FIFA Weekend League boosts, from trusted sellers, pro players, and are the best prices on the market currently. They have fast delivery, high quality services, lots of games, and also a cashback program. The more coins you buy, the more eligible you are for cashback options. So if you want to buy FIFA coins at the best price, click the link in the description of this video. It will be active promo code for 10% discount from my subscribers. All you have to use is the code JT11 at the checkout to receive this bonus. On to the video. Now tell me the price of fullbacks is really low, because we've got a lot of options here, and again, very much like most of these kind of different tabs, they are all very good. We go to the lowest ones in Reece James. 20,000 coins is an absolute steal. I think fullbacks for me, most of them will get a job done. There is better and worse players, don't get me wrong. We look at an Alfonso level up. We look at a Theo Hernandez. There are some that are much more better. Right backs is a bit easier because I really like Di Lorenzo, and 32,000 coins is absolutely nothing. If you've gone for some of the SBC players, I know we got a level up in, I want to say in the Bundesliga, I want to say Salibi or something like that. I cannot remember his name, but he was a cracking one, but the SBC has gone by now. Enrique's still there for this week, an objective player if you want to get him done. Very, very easy if you want to get that one. That one just is absolutely simple. I've gone with the upgraded version as well. So, for instance, Atal, I'm pretty sure is about 30,000 coins for his 92, and you can get his 93 in one match. So if you go buy that 32,000 coin player, you can then do the objective in one game, sell the rest, sell the player, get your, say, 27 after tax back, and then you've got a 93 Atal for literally 5k. That, for me, is just stupid not to do it. Even if you don't want him as your right back, go and do it just to get a 93 for literally playing a game and some tax. That is it. We have got a couple of nice right backs though. Orsolini, Frimpong, Klaus, and also Rosaleon. Some great right back options. I personally would go with Di Lorenzo. I felt like for me, from going from like Carfu to him for the cups, Frimpong and Di Lorenzo were my two fan favourites. Both of them very, very quick on the ball. Good defensive abilities, but I would say Di Lorenzo just pips it for me. With left backs, bit of a better option to be honest, especially in this lower tier. I'd say Alfonso is absolutely clear. In terms of Enrique, as a nice one, especially if you can go get him done for literally nothing. That is going to be a nice upgrade, again like Atal, but I do think Alfonso is my favourite in this sort of kind of category. Nuno Mendes probably a close second, I would say. Bolde and Robertson, I'd say, are on the same sort of level. They're good, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend massively unless you needed him for links. That would be kind of my other shout. Akambe, great left back as well. Again, it all depends on your links for him. I would personally, now we've got Enrique, go over him personally, but again, another great shout with a premium shapeshifter as well, so you technically don't need any links for that card himself. Not too many CDMs in terms of actual CDMs with the kind of midfield. I've split them into CDM, centre mid and cam, and it is their position that they start with. Even if, for instance, you can use Bailly as a centre mid, say, I would go with a CDM just in this category and we can talk about it. Kimmich is absolutely brilliant. For 100k, a great rating if that is what you care about. Again, it all depends on what you want. A 96 is always nice to look at in a team, even if he's not the Bellingham, he's not the Kevin 99. The 96 will always give that extra bonus if you just care about rating, but I still think he is very, very good himself, and you can also get Goretzka for very cheap as well. So for me, that's a great partnership. Double links, Bayern and Germany, can never argue there. Cass is one of them ones that I do think he was kind of dropping price as the Prem team of the season carried on. He's had a nice increase on the pace, and obviously the defending physical is always going to be fantastic with him, but I wouldn't say he's kind of my first option going into it. He is a great option if you are looking for Prem, Brazilian links, just a nice holding DM with maybe two centre mids in front of him. Maybe you've got a cam that kind of runs with the ball, as he is naturally a very good CDM, but if you are looking for more box to box, I would be looking at someone like a Kimmich, a Bailly, if anything. And I threw in Essien because 54,000 for a nice icon. If again you wanted more solid links for themselves but don't need anything else, then obviously an icon is always going to be a great shout there. And hopefully next year we do see that increase of having every league getting a +1 as well, as I think that is what icons were designed for realistically. If heroes give a league link, then icons should give the rest of the link. That should be a nice introduction back into the game. Bailly, on the other hand, phenomenal. Great physicals, great defending. Passing's been increased as well. Does feel a lot better than what I was kind of expecting with centre-backs moving into the more high-profile positions like a winger, like a midfielder. Because normally when we get an upgrade from a centre-back to a midfielder or even to a striker, they keep the body type of a centre-back. Whereas I think this year they've done really well on a lot of the cards to change it a little bit, to make them that little bit more agile and obviously able to play with the ball. As centre-backs, I don't need running through. Bailly could need to beat a man. Maybe not every single time you can pass it off, but sometimes he gets caught. You want to make sure that he's got the ability to actually move against it. And I think for 46,000, not a bad option whatsoever. Into the centre mids now, a few more options here. Goretzka being the lead-in shout here, like I said with Kimmich. 200,000 coins for a beautiful 96 and 95 German pairing. Both of them complement each other very well. If you had to pick one, I'm always going to go with Goretzka. The 90 stats above everything is phenomenal. phenomenal, and obviously does have a level up card as well. So if you wanted to go for a premium Goretzka, that would be the one I would go for, and then you can go and get his 98. But 93,000 is an absolute steal for this centre mid. We then also have a few cheaper ones. Obviously, 90k for Verratti wouldn't necessarily go. Again, I'd go for Goretzka over him. Bruno G coming in at 46, 32 for Fofana, 51 for Benessa, 36 for Tonali. So you could go for the pairing of the two AC Milan guys, and literally for what, 80,000 coins, or 85 to 90,000. That is, again, another nice steal if you are looking, for instance, at Smalling and also Tomori. Some great Serie A players coming in at very cheap. And even Moreno. In terms of stats, I know he hasn't necessarily got the 4-star skills, but 5-star weak foot stats in terms of the defensive player, phenomenal. Could go with the Hunter and be absolutely fine, or obviously go for more of a shadow and keep him on that defensive side. Again, some very, very cheap options that would really kind of improve a starting team on a very low budget. Now, in terms of cams, not many options. A lot of players from left wing, left mid, right mid, striker, centre forward can go into a cam, but obviously I've gone with players that start as a cam. In terms of Talisca and Almalda, both of them for me are more super subs if anything, and obviously they were kind of the top of the top in terms of their respective team of the season league. So obviously Almalda was a MLS team of the season that was the best in that sort of side. Talisca unfortunately had Ronaldo to compete and also Romarinho, but if you took Ronaldo out of it, obviously he is the top of the top that you want. A 5-star, 4-star, can go very more attacking if he wanted to, but he does play that cam role very well. In terms of Fekir, like we said with the level up 1, they will be going out of objectives in the next 2 days, so make sure that you are obviously completing it before he goes, because he is one game, very much like a Tal. It is 10 through balls, I believe, for him, and you can dip. Go buy the 92 for 30,000 coins, do the 93, drop him out again in the transfer market. You've got yourself a 93 for literally 2 to 3k, as he's not going to drop in price anymore or anytime soon. So a very, very nice option, and my choice in a cam. Now, more of an expensive position for the wingers. I must admit, I thought there was going to be a lot more of options, but I do imagine that you're looking at your Vinis, your Kvaratskhelia, your Leaus. They are going to come in at a more heftier price, which is why we've only got so many. But that being said, still some great options. I think Corona for me is a great shout for 30, 40,000 coins. Does require a little bit more work than just your Fekir or your Atal, but a 5-star going from, I think, a 92 to a 94, never going to be a bad option to get done if you can get him stretched out before the end of Thursday. Malin, one from the level up 2, again another 30, 35,000 coin striker / left wing. I would say striker is going to be the better position for him, but as we've seen with a lot of position changes, it normally works out really well. And I think, again, for a card that you can get, pay the price for, get him at the 93. If you are low on budget, that's going to be a really easy one to get done, and you don't have to spend all your budget trying to get one single player. You could go and do Corona and Malin, lose 10k profit on, say, 30, 40,000 coins. If you've got enough to buy both at the same time, you lose 10k, but then you get back, say, 20k if you're obviously, or 40k if you're getting both at the same time. I think that's an easy option until we get into footers and everything hopefully goes back in pack. Sane, kind of the lower of the few, I think. For me, I've never been a fan of Sane Gnabry. They've never really done it for me. I'm more Diaby. And to be honest, Royce as a left wing, they definitely did well for the moments, but he for me is more of a centre position. I'd say personally for me, if I'm looking at a left wing for the Bundesliga, Mane's moments is going to be the shout, but is a little bit more expensive than the 100,000. Prem-wise, Martinelli, Saka, 2 easy options to go get. If you have already got your right mid, then Saka can play left as well. So it does kind of hinder Martinelli's position in there, because unfortunately I would go with Saka over Martinelli if I had to only pick one. But if you want both, they are very cheap and also have links together. And then Sonny Baby. 51,000 coins for a 94 left wing Son. Can play striker, can play cam, can play left wing. He's got that versatility and most definitely will give you that option going forward as a 4-star, 5-star winger. Not a bad call whatsoever. And finally, another position that is very, very expensive, but I must admit the players that you can get here are more than enough. Kane is phenomenal. I've seen him in so many FUT Champs teams. He may not always be the starter, but there's always off the bench Kane, and it's personally how I use my Kane. Off the bench, he is brilliant, but I've definitely seen them start and really do well still. He's just got that ability from his 95 team of the season to really do some damage in front of goal. 62,000 coins, not a problem whatsoever. Mbappe's gold I've had to throw in here is 85,000 coin, the final gold card to go under 100,000 coins, which I really can't believe it's took this long. We are literally at the end of the game and he has only just dropped 100k. It shows you how good he naturally is. And to be honest, if you are struggling, he is going to do the work still. He is still going to be able to score goals. He just may be as not effective as compared to a lot of the top end sort of strikers now. Vlahovic and also Cavani, I think two of them are both in level up 1, so they will require a little bit of work. I believe Cavani is 5 goals outside the box, and I believe Vlahovic, I think he's 5 or 10 games as well, but I cannot remember what for. I don't know if it's score or just assist. Again, just get him done. He's an easy striker to get done. I think you can do both at the same time. I know Cavani requires 3 Uruguayan players, so obviously I believe Vlahovic can be done in the same game if obviously you want to try and get both done at the same time. And then finally, we have 2 fantasy FUTs. Obviously, with Isaac, he doesn't have another version yet. 63,000 coins, and he is an absolute dominant machine. Very much Ibra vibes from him, which I'm absolutely loving, and also the Prem links as well. And Sanchez, if he's anything like his normal team in the season, this card has had a great upgrade and is still absolutely phenomenal going forward. Very quick, very good on the dribble, and has a little bit of a mean shot in his 94 version. So let me know down below if you've got any of these teams or players in your team currently, and if there's any other suggestions under 100,000 coins, let me know. Peter Cech is only 122 as well, so if you're gonna splash out an extra 20k, go and get that SBC because he is phenomenal. Apart from that, make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.